So dance, I feel like, to get to your question, like what is dance, I feel like that it is sort of like what I said of, it's a I'm not sure what dance is, but I know that it has the quality of allowing for all emotions to exist and to feel them all while you're also present. And I don't know why the physical movement actually helps that happen for me, because I feel like it's the same, it seems like the same thing that people talk about when they're doing seated meditation. Like, oh, the power of now. Like, oh, you're just like experiencing the present moment, but you're also here, and like all the emotions are here, but you're here, and da, da, da. And I don't know why I have a lot harder time doing that when I'm physically not moving.
Yeah.
And why is it that that's certain kind of moving, like moving to a rhythm?
Yeah.
Like, sure, doing dishes helps me, like if I'm anxious or something, get up, do something. But that doesn't seem to do it in the same way that just this like free for all movement does. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who have extended the idea of what dance is, like now that like contemporary dance being a lot to do with everyday movement, that any kind of movement is a dance, but that it also feels like that's a kind of sophisticated
head talk.
I'm maybe not, I'm not there. I'm sure that that's possible. I'm sure for everything to actually feel like dance. But why does dance feel like when you're in a room with people, there's music on, none of you are talking? That's what, I don't know. Wait, oh, I think another really interesting thing is just the experience of like force, the weight of your body, and the force, like the direction that you're aiming your force in your body. So it's very easy, or much easier for me to do that down my left side and to feel like the whole kinetic chain, like the connection into my femur and hip and all the way. But my right side is less so, and it's always like amazing to, when I do have moments where I'm able to like put weight onto the right side. So I was dancing on New Year's for longer than I usually would, and I realized so there's like superficial arm, I forget what you call it, like arm chains, arm muscle tissue chains. Yeah. But there's also deep ones, and the deep ones originate like at the
in your hand,
in the thumb and the finger. And I realized I had constantly, I always will track sort of where does my finger like originate, but I realized that I sort of realized that I had a thumb on New Year's. Yeah. It was like, oh shit, my fucking thumb like starts at my fucking like like and goes in here, like on the inside, and then up the side. So it really activated a lot of this side stability by just like remembering that I had this part of my body. It's just like, I think dance is, it's a lot of a process of remembering, or like reminding yourself. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn that down. Yeah, I think discovering different parts of ourselves and the relationship between those parts. And I think relationship is really important in movement. Like that's a huge thing that I think we're starting to learn about, because a lot of like science has told us like that we have all these body parts, but when we move, what is it but force transferring between the body parts? And I think it's noticing the pathways. I think it's very much like we can choose how we go through life. Like, are we going to go between points of our day with gratitude and stability, or are we going to go between those parts with anger? Or I'm not saying we have unlimited choice, right? Because sometimes the feelings just come up, but like to start to be able to intervene, so to softening is a huge thing that I've been trying to work on this year. I've been good at going to a higher tone, higher tension, but I realized, have I talked about this with you, this idea of the ocean of yin, from which the power of yang can be more precisely aimed. So just that's been like a huge, like, because I realized when I am able to soften certain lines in my body, I have more power. Like I can literally jump higher, or I have more endurance when my baseline is more chill. And I feel like that's like, it's also like life. Like, fuck, if you're gonna be here for 100 years, you better fucking
don't go on
chill. Like don't go 100% all the time.